We'll do our best. I mean, it's hard to say right now, but we work hard for this training camp. We'll show you.
What do you think about Canelo?
It's good. Canelo is good. And
Ahead of their fight in July and September respectively, Manny Pacquiao met and trained with Canelo Alvarez in preparation for Mario Barrios. As a result of his camp being situated in Las Vegas, the capital city of boxing, Canelo Alvarez joined him in training camp today.
A while back, your son was in the gym with Canelo. Canelo showed him a lot of love. Yeah. He's a good person too. Canelo's a good person. Yeah, I think that's it. He's a role model. One of the role models in boxing. You guys separate yourself from most fighters, being like the face of the sport.
And during training, the younger and more active fighter was the one taking the lead and helping the new Hall of Fame inductee to go about his training. Canelo Alvarez then helped Manny Pacquiao work on some aspects of his boxing to make him more prepared for whatever Mario Barrios was going to bring. And knowing how much pressure Manny Pacquiao could suffer from the younger Mario Barrios, Canelo Alvarez had a sparring session with Manny. But it's easy a proper one, as Canelo kept coming forward while putting Manny in a defensive situation to help him work on his defense ahead of the fight.
What was your thoughts on the career of Manny Pacquiao, and did you know him well?
No lo conozco personalmente, pero lo que sí te puedo decir es que ha logrado mucho en el boxeo y ganó campeonatos en muchas divisiones, grandes peleas. Creo que era el momento de retirarse, él ya está en el Salón de la Fama y la verdad que un gran peleador.
Mario Barrios is younger and probably faster and more powerful. Hence, Manny Pacquiao must not only be able to throw punches, he must also be able to find answers to whatever Barrios was throwing at him. Aside from that, they had a long jog together, some rounds of shadow boxing, some conditioning and strength exercises, and they also ate together.
You don't lose that. Awesome. Fire.
The union of Manny Pacquiao and Canelo Alvarez was a great sight to see in training, and fans were glad to comment on it. I have no doubt that Manny Pacquiao will win this. He seems to be so focused on this fight. It wasn't the same with Ugas. I hope Canelo Alvarez can give him some great tips to put the boxing world on their feet again with a masterclass performance, a fan wrote. A second who wanted to troll Canelo Alvarez commented, Manny and Canelo Alvarez have so much in common, except that Manny Pacquiao doesn't duck fighters like Canelo Alvarez. Canelo shouldn't only be the one training him. I think he also needs to train Manny on taking challenges.
Did you get any sleep yet, Manny? Or
Morning.
any sleep yet, or still jet lag? Still jet lag. But you're still working out.
Made like 12. Then woke up and 4 o'clock in the morning. And that's it.
No sleep.
Another fan added, 2 boxing legends, 2 Hall of Famers. I'm expecting a big win on fight night, with Canelo Alvarez by ringside and Manny calling him out to thank him. I hope Pacquiao can also give Canelo Alvarez tips on how to defeat Terence Crawford. A last one wrote, Pac-Man and Canelo Alvarez never had the time to fight, but it's good to see them train together. It's great to see Pacquiao and Canelo linking up. It's an important boxing connection that'll be talked about for ages.
Un gran peleador.
You know, I don't know Manny Pacquiao personally, but I know that he's a great champion. You know, it was his time for his retirement. He had already reached the Hall of Fame, but he is a great fighter.
Yeah. Basically, as you move forward, Canelo, and you.
Manny Pacquiao announced his big return to a boxing ring after almost 5 years away. The 46-year-old boxer has shared on social media the process he has been going through, and in the face of the various criticisms he has received, the Filipino responded with phrases from the movie Rocky Balboa, taking the mythical character as an example of self-improvement. For Manny Pacquiao, this return to the ring will be more than just a fight, as the boxer is very excited to set an example of resilience and show that in the face of adversity, you can fight and come back, as he has made known with videos and phrases on his social networks.
Day one.
Life hits you hard, but what matters is how many blows you can take and keep going, is one of the messages Pacquiao has shared on his networks, accompanied by photos and videos of his training. What is striking is that he is uploading content that refers to the movie Rocky, something that his fans have noticed and liked quite a lot. Manny Pacquiao's last fight was on August 21st, 2021 at the T-Mobile Arena in Paradise, Nevada. On that day, the Filipino faced Yordenis Ugas, who won by unanimous decision in 12 rounds.
For pivots. Pacquiao boxes throwing 25 jabs per round in this fight. Oh, and it was a warning, not a point taken away. Okay.
As you see, every time Manny gets hit with the jab,
And a couple of jabs just like that, and there goes Ugas. He does not want to lose. Neither guy does, obviously. But Manny knows how to win.
look at this exchange. Look, boom, the counter immediately.
That right hand round, no question.
I'll tell you what.
Jabbing just like that. He's going to be able to keep him at distance. Able to move Pacquiao back just a bit. Pacquiao fires.
Hey, listen, I'm a fan of the jab.
Also, my legs is tight.
Yeah, we saw that you didn't use your legs as much, not as much footwork from you, and not as much head movement from you as well. Was it a matter of tightness? Was that the issue?
Yeah, my legs is so tight. That's why it's hard to move.
Do you think that's father time? 42 years old, still doing this, man, going the distance here against yes, look at this. This crowd is so pumped to be here. They came to see you. What do you want to say to them?
Well, I'm so thankful to the fans, so coming here to watch the...
After that fight, Pacquiao decided to retire and devote himself to other pursuits, such as politics, where he was a senator and presidential candidate. His foray into that field did not last long, and he was apparently already missing boxing because he looks very motivated for his new fight and return.
Manny, I know that after the Ugas fight was a little difficult for your family. Your eyes were closed and your wife fed you and everything. Was that tough in this part of coming back? Was there a talk you had to have with your family before coming back in Jinky?
Yeah, they saw that, but they're very supportive because they saw my speed, my power, and then the body condition, like that. The last fight that I had.
On July 19th this year, Pacquiao will take on World Boxing Council World Welterweight Champion Mario Barrios. The Filipino has stated that retiring in this way is one of his dreams and that he is very excited about it. World Boxing Council President Mauricio Suleiman told the LA Times that Pacquiao asked him for help. He called me and said, "Help me fulfill my dream of retiring with the WBC, which is where I started at flyweight." In this way, the negotiations were carried out in a good way, and the Filipino will have his great opportunity to do what he loves most. Manny Pacquiao in the ring has been a selling point for a generation now.
The body condition, like that. The last fight that I had with Ugas, you know me, because I'm not really 100% focused on that fight because there's a distraction. I encounter a lot of cases with Paradigm. Paradigm is distracting me so much on that fight. They did a lot of things in training camp to distract me, 100%. But I study about it and thinking about it, like, you know.
Attempting to become the second oldest world champion ever, returning from a 4-year absence and meeting the most vulnerable of all the welterweight champions adds layers of intrigue to his July 19th battle with World Boxing Council welterweight champion Mario Barrios Jr. at MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas. There's an opening for Pacquiao, ProBox TV analyst Paulie Malignaggi said on Boxing Scene today. 80%, even 70% of Pacquiao beats Barrios.
And now July 19th, is that potential fight, which to me is a little bit shocking.
Yeah.
Part that Pacquiao has been in the ring for 4 years.
Yeah.
He's coming back facing Mario Barrios. I mean, have you talked to him? Were you shocked as well with that that fight announcement happened?
He did mention it to me a while back, but it was kind of in the works still. I didn't really believe it at the moment. I don't think he did either, but
At 46, the 8-division champion and June Hall of Fame inductee from the Philippines returned to train with Hall of Fame cornerman Freddie Roach last week, launching a highly compelling camp with the fight date looming against the 30-year-old Barrios, February 1st, 29. Former Pacquiao foe and ex-140-pound champion Chris Algieri said on Boxing Scene today that Pacquiao's recent flat showing in an exhibition boxing match against a kickboxer likely was the result of not training at all. The Manny Pacquiao I'm seeing in the gym looks a lot better, Algieri said. The Manny Freddy footage, a lot of it is nostalgia. They're back together. But on top of the nostalgia, Manny's gotta train. At 46, there's lots of scar tissue to work through, and now he's under the watchful eye of Freddie.
I didn't really believe it at the moment. I don't think he did either, but now it's almost official, so I think it'd be pretty cool just to see a friend I grew up with fight a legend like Manny Pacquiao.
It's right for Manny to come back and fight. I mean,
if he feels like he has it in him, then why not?
What is your prediction for that fight? Even people saying that at his age, training camp is different.
Algieri floated the question that will sell this fight, as Pacquiao, August 2nd, 62, seeks to top George Foreman and trail only Bernard Hopkins in the oldest ever champion rankings. Does he have enough of this Filipino magic? Algieri asked and sought to answer after getting dropped 6 times by Pacquiao in their 2014 welterweight title fight in China. Manny Pacquiao is special, the best fighter I've ever been in the ring with. There's no one else like him. He's way craftier than people give him credit for. It's not all balls to the wall. Maximizing the effectiveness of an aged Pacquiao is what they're working on in the lab. The concerns are whether Pacquiao can still pull the trigger following his 2021 title loss to Yordenis Ugas, and whether he can take Barrios' best shots, Malignaggi said. Barrios gets hit with his hands up or down. What I see is a fight where a lot of punches land because Barrios sucks and Manny's old. Who can resist for longer? Malignaggi asked.
What is your prediction for that fight? Even people saying that at his age, training camp is different. Watching him, do all that is obviously different being in the ring. But how would you break that fight down for us? Obviously, Mario has a height. He has the length.
Yeah. I think Mario is gonna go out there and just put a beating on Manny. I think Manny's a little too old, but he's a legend. He already did what he did, so I really don't see a reason for him to come back. But if he wants to get in the ring with Mario, then I guess Mario has to show him that he has a youth, and Manny Pacquiao should have just stayed retired.
Yeah. That's what a lot of fans are.
Knowing Pacquiao so well and considering his history of 3 first-round knockdowns in his first bout against Juan Manuel Marquez up to his 2019 sudden knockdown of then-champion Keith Thurman, Algieri expects the veteran challenger to start fast. He's going to launch it right away, Algieri said. If he still has a little of that left, he's going to crack Barrios. The punch is the last thing to go. Malignaggi has long been a skeptic of Pacquiao's ability to inflate so effectively by natural means only, and said the 800-pound gorilla is if he performs magnificently at age 46. Age is the ultimate X factor here.
Are still kind of disbelief, but even looking at social media and the fans, they're thrilled just to see him back. So just to have him in the ring, and fighters at that age are not competing.
I think that just says a lot about the type of fighter Manny Pacquiao is. The star.
If he still has the footwork, he's got a chance to pull off the upset, Algieri said. Barrios is a favorite for a reason. A 46-year-old guy, 4 years out of the ring, didn't look good in the exhibition. It doesn't matter how this fight starts. Barrios could get cut, hurt, knocked down, but he's still in the fight. 12 rounds for a 46-year-old is an eternity, and Manny Pacquiao still has to make weight, which is harder as you get older. Malignaggi is down on Barrios, who inherited the belt when Terence Crawford moved up to 154 pounds, then fought Abel Ramos to a draw in November.
He's 47.
He's 46.
And people are still excited to see him fight. So, I mean, that just says a lot about him and what he's done in his career. So, like I said earlier, to see a friend I grew up with fight Manny Pacquiao is going to be pretty cool. And at the same night. So, it's a huge night for San Antonio boxing.
Lastly, we're also September, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know what the guy's doing here. He should use the right uppercut and work on those defensive liabilities, Malignaggi said. I don't know if he's teachable. Algieri suggested Barrios seek to start fast and stand his ground. Both guys are bound to run into some rough moments, Malignaggi said. Should Pacquiao endure through his to reclaim a welterweight belt, the greatest boxing story ever told will have the rightful conclusion he has longed for.
You wanted to fight Manny Pacquiao. I think you were like 27, 28 when you wanted to fight Pac. Why didn't that fight happen?
I hear so many excuses like they didn't want it, but Freddie Roach on the record saying he didn't want Pacquiao to fight. I just think Top Rank wanted to protect Pacquiao because
boxing icon Amir Khan has expressed surprise and concern over Manny Pacquiao's decision to return to the professional ring against reigning World Boxing Council welterweight champion Mario Barrios, warning that the Filipino legend is one punch away from getting hurt at age 46. Speaking to Mail Sport in Saudi Arabia, Khan weighed in on Pacquiao's much-anticipated comeback after 4 years away from the sport, calling the proposed July showdown against Barrios a good fight, but also highlighting serious risks given Pacquiao's age and recent performances. I mean, it shocked me a little bit, Khan admitted.
When's Amir Khan coming back?
You know, the only person I'll come back for, on a serious note, would be Manny Pacquiao. I would not come back for anyone else. It'd make me train even harder than like a Kell Brook fight because he's an animal, and you know, you need that push.
I know Barrios really well. He's still young, he still has that fire in his belly, and he will give him big problems. Barrios has been looking really good in his last couple of fights, whereas Manny obviously lost his last fight. Pacquiao last stepped into a professional ring in 2021 when he was outpointed by Yordenis Ugas. Since then, he has participated in exhibition bouts, including a disappointing showing against Japanese kickboxer Rukia Ampo last July, where his 46 years were visibly apparent as he struggled to match the pace. Barrios, by contrast, has remained active and hungry, fighting 5 times since Pacquiao's last professional bout.
And Manny got in touch with me as well. Manny was like, shall we do a fight? He's quite serious about it. He was like, shall we make a fight happen? I go, listen, if you can get a funder, if you can get someone like a Turkey Yellow Sheikh on board, then why not?
There's no, I mean, that must be able to be made that. Yeah. I mean, surely.
You do that for the right money, right?
Massive. Look, we've had our best days, and I think a fight like that would definitely.
The 29-year-old Mexican-American claimed the WBC interim title in 2023 by defeating Ugas and was elevated to full champion shortly afterward. Most recently, he retained his belt in a split draw against Abel Ramos on the Jake Paul vs. Mike Tyson undercard. Despite the odds, Pacquiao, who won his first world title at flyweight 25 years ago, insists he still has something left to offer the sport. I want to go out making history, Pacquiao told ESPN, citing his landmark victory over Keith Thurman at age 40 as proof he can still compete with elite fighters.
Fan base, and all around the world really, and then obviously myself, I've got a decent fan base as well, so I think it will definitely sell, and people would like to see, you know, when people make comebacks, I mean, people always like to see them, see how the fight's going to be, and me and Manny are probably in the same position. We'd be both being retired for like 3-4 years. I think it will make a good fight.
And you're only 38 as well, man. So
Khan, however, urged caution. Why does Manny need to come back? He said. We both retired around the same time. At least I've got the age on my side. With Manny, I think he's way past that age where we don't want him to get hurt. He's always one punch away from getting hurt. He's only getting older. I'm sure he's nearly touching 45 or something. When told that Pacquiao was actually 46, Khan said, "Wow, so almost 50. Older than I thought. So even more to the point." Khan went on to add, "I'm sure he wants to become a world champion. And yeah, looking at him and looking at Styles make fights, he has a good chance of winning. But like I said, he's always one punch away from getting hurt. So doesn't he want to just enjoy himself now? He had a hard career all his life. Why not sit back and relax?
Good age where you certainly could box again.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, look at George Foreman, the late George Foreman. You know, he was a great champion, and he came back. I think he must have been in his late 40s when he come back and won a world title as well. So look, in boxing, it's always that one punch. And at the same time, though, guys, is that I look back and think, do I need to get back in the ring again? You know, we've always been prize fighters. I've always taken punches to the head. It could just be that one punch that hurts you, and you know, God forbid you get hurt.
Khan also opened up about his own unfulfilled plans to face Pacquiao in the ring, a mega fight that had long been teased but ultimately never materialized. It just really didn't kick off, Khan explained. I don't know. I just didn't hear anything back. Manny didn't hear anything back from the investors.
Look, but it's Manny. Manny's C game, D game is a lot better than a lot of guys' A game. You know, if Manny's coming back, he believes that he can win. You know, it'd be interesting to see. But I just hope that after the last time seeing him inside the ring when he struggled against
he fought Ugas, which Mario would later beat.
Yeah, he struggled against Ugas.
Khan and Pacquiao have been touted to fight for years, but the mega fight never materialized. He revealed that although there was serious interest and discussions with potential backers, the financial support never fully came together. There were a few investors that were interested in making the fight, but when we didn't see the funds, we thought we'd leave it. Because at the end of the day, look, we're prize fighters, but we want to make sure that the people putting the money down are 100% legit.
There's been talks about it for a long time that, yeah, he wants to fight again. But I don't know, there's nothing really that materialized from it, you know what I mean? As long as if we can get like a Turkey or a Sheikh or someone to put the money down and persuade Manny to do this, then yeah, it'll happen. But other than that, I don't think it'll happen.
Have you been talking? I know you've always wanted.
We know each other, we spoke about it, but it's somewhat about the investment. If someone's with
If it's someone like Eddie Hearn, Frank Warren, Bob Arum, or Oscar De La Hoya, you know what's gonna happen. But if it's a third party who hasn't done a show before and wants to put the money down, I was just a little bit reluctant to move forward with that. The collapse of the potential bout was a disappointment to fans who had long hoped to see the two face off in a battle of former champions.
A younger fighter. Barrios is no slouch. Barrios is a young fighter, you know, bigger fighter, knows how to, you know, control distance very well, can punch a little bit. Like, he's no easy task for anybody in the welterweight division. And for Manny to come back after this long and to face a young guy like that is dangerous. And sometimes, you know, these old legends, they got to get beat up several times.
Amir, what is going on with you and Manny Pacquiao?
I know, Manny says he wants to fight. I'll take the fight. I mean, let's make it happen. I mean, look, two retired fighters come back.
It would still do crazy numbers, wouldn't it?
You know that as well. You know how big of a fight that would be.
The Bolton native, who last fought in 2022, admitted that while he occasionally feels the itch to return, he's unsure if he still has the hunger for the grueling demands of elite-level preparation. I've been out of the game for 3 years now. You do get the itch, but I don't know if I have it in me, you know? And that's all for now. For the very best updates on news, moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications to get notified when we drop quality contents like this. Until next time, peace out.